These are some of the smokes that I use on Mirage on T side. The first one is a cat smoke. You're going to want to come to this corner here, and you're just going to want to get yourself stuck, and you want to aim at the inside corner of this window and do a simple jump throw. You will see that it is a gapless smoke, and in combination with a window smoke that I've created, it makes it very simple to just take mid from the enemies. Now, this window smoke is, of course, not as fast as the one you can do by the trash can, but it is far more consistent. You're going to want to line up yourself with this knob here, which lines up with this rock, just like that. And it doesn't matter how far or backwards or close you are, but I like to stand right there. Stand up, look at the middle of this window, and go to the top of the wall, and just do a jump throw. This is also very easy to hit, very hard to miss. You could be a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, and it will always land in the window. Of note to mention, if you are too far to the right, you're going to wind up creating basically a one-way smoke for the CTs though, so you just want to be careful of that. As you can see, it lands way to the side of the sniper's nest, so you don't want that happening, but yeah, it is very easy to hit, and any smoke may wind up causing the CTs to retreat out of window anyway. We can do a simple CT smoke just like this. Line yourself up against this wooden pole, and then align your crosshair with this seam here, and then we want to line ourselves up with the corner of this wall where it is bulging out, and then you want to look inwards a little bit where the seam is just going up a little bit, as you can see there, and we'll do it again. Line yourselves up with the corner, move out to the seam, simple jump throw. This is pretty good. Not the best CT smoke you're going to get. Again, I made that one. But if we come over here, you will see that someone could probably jump on ticket booth and have an okay time picking off people. You just have to be aware of that. It's not the best CT smoke, but it's one that I made, and it's pretty forgiving, so you don't have to worry about missing it too much. Then you line yourself up in this corner, and we can do a jungle smoke, which is just at the corner here, but you want to be more towards the inside, anywhere towards the inside of the, well, not anywhere, but more towards the inside of this, and it's quite forgiving in that sense. You'll see as I just run my mouse here in the bottom left corner. Of course, once you pass the middle, it is no good anymore, but yeah, pretty much anywhere else it's fine. Of course, you don't want to go any further outwards because you immediately just lose the smoke. But we'll throw this again. We'll no clip over there, and you guys can see how this looks. It's not perfect. There might be a slight gap here, but not really. It really depends on how the smoke is flowing out. Sometimes it's very good, very full like this. Other times it might be a little bit low, and you might have to worry. As you can see, there's like little gaps, but mostly it's pretty gapless. And we just line ourselves up in the same spot, and we use our HUD element this time. As you can see, the little terrorist symbol in the bottom middle of the screen, we're actually going to use that symbol to line ourselves up with this peak again. And if you see these two little dark nodules on the left and the right side of it that I'm pointing at, you want to actually just slightly cover those with the terrorist symbol, like so. Any higher is better, like this is going to be fine, and this is going to be fine, but you want to just slightly cover them and have the symbol pretty much centered. It doesn't matter too much about being left or right, but then if we just do a simple throw from here, you will see that it will land perfectly on the stairs. This is another great smoke, and it does not hit sandwich at all, so nobody could be hiding in a smoke that's falling down. As you can see, it also smokes a good portion of connector, and that is because we went slightly below those two dark nodules. You can, of course, do it from a higher position, like so. Like this would be close to the top, and this will probably still land on top of the stairs. It's going to be not nearly as good. As you'll see here, landing directly in the middle of the stairs. It's probably going to smoke off part of sandwich, which means someone could actually hide in there, and it's not going to smoke any of connector. So this is a connector smoke. You have to be careful in this spot because if you jump, sometimes you will actually glide out of the spot. It's kind of like a bonk, like you hit your head on something invisible here. So you just have to jump beforehand and make sure that your position isn't shifting. Then you want to line yourself up with the corner of this building, the top corner right here, just where it starts going downwards. top corner, and then you want to actually move your mouse up to about equal with that chimney, and you want to do a simple jump throw. So equal with the chimney and the corner of the building, and this will give you a usually perfectly gapless smoke for jungle and connector. It's a very powerful smoke when in combination with the stairs smoke. As you can tell, it will just make them impossible to do anything here. And if there is a gap, it's going to be right here, but if you also did the stairs smoke, it will perfectly cover it. So yeah, there's not going to be any actual gap that you really need to worry about there. I don't know who made this one, but it's a very common smoke. You just want to get yourself lined up in the corner here. Look at the very corner of this building and go all the way to the peak. And then you want to go slightly above the peak and just do a jump throw. This will either land directly in window of market, or it will land right outside or inside of window and market, which will give you a perfect smoke. And this smoke is one that I like to use for cat or short, and it makes it much more difficult for the TTs to really do anything or shoot at apps and play around the pillar. So we're using the HUD element again, and as you can see, the HUD element is lined up on this post, centered pretty much, and it is going to be slightly above or about equal with the top of this wall. So you'll see here, I will just about level it with the post, and then you want to look at your crosshair, and you want your crosshair to be slightly off of the building. You do not want it to be on the building or too close to the building. You want it to be slightly off of the building. So we use the HUD element again, and we look at the crosshair, and this is actually just a simple throw. And as you can see, I lined it up properly, so it is going to land where I want it to. This one is pretty specific, so it is easy to miss, but I like this smoke because it makes the CTs have to play right here. They can play a little bit in the smoke, but they can't play around the pillar. It's just not possible unless they play this side. And yeah, they have to play like this, and they could play right here, or they could play in here. The downsides to this is that if you do a flash, you're basically going to catch any of the CTs with a good window flash who is lurking in that area where the smoke is not. So if you just do a simple window flash, you're basically going to catch anybody with that flash in any position that they could be, unless they're over there. But it just makes it a lot easier to take on B-site. And yeah, those are all the smokes that I know on Mirage. Most of them I made myself. Hope they help, and I'll see you guys later.